Hey everybody, thank you for joining me today. So today's video, we're going to be doing another layout, and this sketch is going to be from Hip Kit Club. I found this on Pinterest, and so I really liked the feel of it, but I am going to do something a little bit different. So if you're not a person who likes to do mixed media, come join me at the table. Okay. So this is the collection that I'm using, the Vicky Bouton Peppermint Kisses. And I've already got my photos and some of the ephemera pieces. And I'm just pointing to the sketch that we have right up above. And so since they're using the trees and they have sort of like a mixed media implied on the background, I decided that I wanted to use this pattern paper as my background. It already has some like distressing, but I like the fact that there's more than just the two trees. So I'm going to, like I just did, tear this one sheet, but I'm also going to add another layer. So now I'm tearing this green to go at the bottom to give it a couple of layers. And then I'm going to do the trees sort of like that, and then these two photos up here. Now we're going to tear the upper part. Instead of tearing, because I've already torn it, I'm going to just cut a straight line, the width that I want it to be. So like the plaid, I'm going to line it up kind of at the 4-inch, and then give myself a straight line because that's going to line up to the top part. And then the green that's at the bottom, we're going to put on top, and I'm going to do that one at 3 inches. And that's what I'm cutting here. And then we're going to lay it up there. And when I go to lay these photos down, I'm going to have them peeking underneath the top green one. So it'll look a little bit like that. Now for me, the blue is a little bit too blue because this is more like a tealy blue green with the pattern papers. So I decided to reprint my photos in black and white, and then we're gonna go ahead and put the layout together from there. Now, I like to, because especially with Vicky Bouton, Paige Evans, a lot of these collections, they come with so much stuff, right? And sometimes you just can't get through it all. So I will try and kind of pre-pull items that I may want to use. And then in instances like this, I knew that I wanted to use one of her phrases. And then I also may want to use some of these foam stickers. So I pulled it out to kind of take a look at it, but I'm going to put it to the side for the time being. Because I was trying to find something with maybe movie in it that I thought would tie in to my photos, which is one of the packaging for White Christmas, and then me and my mom watching White Christmas on our TV a few years ago. And then I'm just double checking, making sure there's nothing else in the ephemera bits that I wanted to use. And then I'm also checking the sticker book here. I may go back to those words in the end, but I decided, you know what? Let's go ahead. I'm going to pull out these rub-ons. Now, these rub-ons are actually from 49 and Market, and we are going to use two of those. But I want to go ahead and start kind of laying everything down. So this centerpiece, I'm going to go ahead and use my dot adhesive, and then I'm going to use my art glitter glue on the back to give a little wiggle room and added adhesion. And I'm using my bottle without the precision tip at this point because I want more surface area of glue instead of the thin line. And then on these pieces, I'm going to not go to the very edge of the tear section because I want to be able to kind of curl bits of it back if I wanted to. And if you glue all the way to the edge, you can't peek stuff underneath. You know, you can't do a little rolling up on the edge. So that's why I tend to not go to the very end with my tape or glue. when it comes to these pieces, because I really want to be able to lift that up if I needed to. And then right here, I'm going to show you, because it was lining up just a little bit off, but do you see how I was able to pull it right back up and then adjust it just a little bit and get it laying down where I want it? And I had that time because of the wet glue. So if you're using a stronger tape than the dot adhesive that I'm using, if you use wet glue, I promise you, if you have to change anything, you can quickly pull it back up before you won't be able to. Okay? Because once that glue and tape dry, it's a wrap. All right, so we're doing the same thing on the bottom. And then we're going to do the green part. And with the pink tree here, I know I wanted it to kind of go beneath the green torn edge, so that way it was like right in between those two trees on the background paper. And then I'm going to lay down our green on top, and then when I go to do the other tree, we're going to lift that up on foam. So I hope you guys have been enjoying the sketch series and just changing it to more layouts the past month. I've been having a lot of fun. It's been uh, great for my creativity, because in my mind, that's what I've been thinking about and wanting to do. And I thank you for allowing me to indulge. So there's going to be the foam. And then once we get that piece attached, which once I take the backing off, I always hit it with a little bit of glue as well, because like I said, if you lay it down and you don't like where it's at, you can kind of shift it and move it until it's in the right place. Now this video is going up on the 15th, and then we'll probably have two more, even though the one Friday video will be after Christmas. I may still do a Christmas video, only because, like I said, I got so many collections and I want to play with them all. So Christmas is going to go to the 31st this year for sure. So I know I'm going to stick that in there, kind of on that angle. And then we'll do, I think I'm going to lay out a few more things before I actually glue down the photos and the sentiment. So right now I'm cutting out two of the kind of like stitched images. And this particular sheet, I think I wound up getting two from Michelle, because I feel like this is something you can use on any collection. It doesn't matter if it's 49 in Market, if it's Simple Stories, if it's Cartabella, it doesn't matter. If you want that stitch element without having a sewing machine or having to use your like marker to do faux lines, this is a great option and it looks really good on your layout. And then there's enough pieces too. If you wanted to, you could make it go all around all four sides. But for me, I just want it a little bit across the top, which I'm going to turn here so I have better angle. And then of course that one on the bottom. And I just rub and then slightly pull. And when I see it's not fully rubbed, then I just keep working. So it's like teamwork. Pull, rub. And then now I'm going to pull out these elements, which are new to her collection this year. But there's some acetate pieces, there's some vellum pieces, and in the image of the sketch, they're like a little bit of twigs or like yeah, those type of embellishments next to the two trees. And so I wanted to put a little bit of that near these, but it's like finding the right shape and the right piece. So you're gonna see me putting down quite a few. I have a gold, I have some black and white, some acetate black. You don't get a lot of or I should say multiple pieces of the same in this. It's like really one piece and then one piece. So I am going to kind of move it around a little bit until I get the variation that I like. So with the acetate, there was a holiday. So instead of just doing sweet memories, I'm going to put sweet holiday memories. And I like that all three are a different font and a different texture, right? Because the holiday is thin and smooth because it's on acetate. And then we pulled out some of the hearts. I have two gold on acetate, and then I'm going to grab one black that's on vellum because I didn't have any other gold hearts that I could use. So I'm just going to put the black one down here. So it's still three hearts, but just a different material. Okay, so now we're going to grab, I think here I decide that I'm going to start kind of moving stuff around. I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't feeling that gold one. So I decided to take that out. And then I'm just looking, trying to see if I have another black acetate, which I do. But then that white one there felt like it was too big. So I moved it. And then I'm just double checking because, yeah, these are green acetate. Yeah, I decided I'm not going to use any more of that. So we're going to wind up using the sticker sheet, and I'm going to pull that out. And what I'm going to do is put a couple of stars at the top of the trees. And then one that's going to go at the top of the pink one, because the pink tree didn't have anything on top of it, whereas the green one has a bow. So I'm going to leave that one. And then on this tree, it's a circle. So we're going to put one of the gold circles. And then I'm going to put one more gold circle on a small one right in the center. And when I put the photos down, you'll still be able to see it. All right. And then a little bit of glue. Sorry about that. I was trying to get my layout, the sketch, back up on my phone because, of course, while I'm recording, it went away. And if you wanted to, you could put foam on your photos and pop them up. I liked how they were kind of underneath that layer in the layout. So that's why I didn't put foam on mine. And I'm just looking through here. I don't think I wind up using anything on this particular page, but on that other, the backside one is where I actually got the gold stars and the couple of circles from. So now we're putting down memories, and I'm going to put the little dot above the eye. And then on the acetate pieces, I put a little bit of glue. So I grabbed my precision tip on purpose because though it dries clear, I didn't want to put a big glop of glue on the back of it. And I was trying to stay kind of where the lettering is. And then that way, when I press down, it doesn't squeeze out too bad, and it works. And even with these letters from the sentiments, I forget what it's called now, my brain, but anywho, I put glue on those two, as you see, because sometimes they, even though they come already sticky, sometimes it doesn't stay. So I want to make sure that these stayed adhered to our layout. And looking at it now as we record, I'm so happy. I actually got that to be pretty straight, which is a feat. All right, so sweet holiday memories. And then I'm going to go ahead and start gluing down the other heart. And a little bit of glue just behind the gold elements. So that way, it doesn't ooze out. And the same thing on the vellum piece. I try to stay where the black heart is, and the same thing on the branches. Just a little thin line. You don't need a whole lot, and it will definitely adhere. Now this little one is also a little piece of vellum. I'm going to put that there, and then I'm going to grab the sticker book again and add just two more, I think. I'm just looking. Let me get my glasses because some of these icons are tiny. All right, so I grabbed the foam, and on here they had the flat, like the gold circles. So I'm gonna put three of those up at the top around the sentiment. And I just put my little dots of glue, and then that way I can grab all of the circle bits and just put them right down. And then there was a word piece of foam that said my favorite, because that was one of my favorite things to do on Christmas Day, and I'll still do it on Christmas Day. Is I always watch White Christmas. I have to. It could be early, it can be in the afternoon, it could be in the evening, just as long as it is watched on that day. Now, the flip side, you can see where I had gotten the stars before. I'm putting more flat of circle, um, the gold circles in the area around where the tree is, and then another two of the black and white little, like, I guess sprigs is what you would call them, to create our little cluster right there. And then here I'm looking and I think, you know what? I want to grab these little words. And what I like about these words is it doesn't have to be like a saying that you're trying to put together. I just picked certain elements, right? So underneath where it says my favorite, I put Christmas Day, and then my favorite holiday movie, and then I put fresh snow, and I put the best part. And I chose to put fresh snow because in the movie they sing about snow. It's all about the snow. At the end they get there, there's no snow. Well, if you haven't seen the movie, climb out of that rock and then go watch White Christmas. It's a classic. And then the best part, I love all the dancing and singing scenes. Love it, love it, love it. So yeah, I just love that movie. So that's why the words that I chose from all the different word lists. Now, something that I normally don't do, I decided to put journaling lines. So thankfully, this plaid pattern kind of created a little area where I could put a few lines, and then I could put my journal bit. And generally, I hate my writing, so I normally that's why I don't do it. But I decided using the micron pens, I actually don't hate my writing with those. So I went ahead and wrote and told my story. I put White Christmas is the one movie me and my mom would watch together on Christmas Day. The singing and dancing brings joy to my favorite holiday. So I'm so happy to share this memory. And then I put dot dot dot. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. All right. And then once I finish that part, really this layout is done, right? It can be finished. We don't have to do anything else. But that's not how I do my layouts. So, guess what time it is? That's right, y'all. It's time for the splatters. So, we're going to use all three colors again, the white, the black, and the gold. I started with the gold first. Now, when I do the white later, it does kind of, in certain areas, kind of fade the gold a little bit because it mixes a little bit with the white. I didn't intentionally mean to splatter right on top of each other. But it happens. Sometimes it happens when I'm using the three, and because I'm doing it on a video to try and, share with you guys, whether it be live or just recordings, um, sometimes I can't wait for it to dry. I need to get it so I can get the ink down and call it a day. So now I'm going to take my little protectors off and then we'll hold it up here so you can see up close. I like how this turned out. And it's so funny because in the movie, they have this little scene where they make like fake trees. You guys go see it. If you haven't seen it, it's on Netflix. Usually it's always on Netflix. That's where I watch it. All right, you guys. Thank you for joining me today. Please consider hitting the like, subscribe, and share button. And leave a comment down below. What's your favorite holiday movie, a must watch that you always have to get in this time of the year? And for all my friends who celebrate Hanukkah, I want to say happy Hanukkah to you too. So thank you guys so much, and I hope you have a great day.